Spectre or Dawnbreaker, heroes that have global pressure, you normally want, the logical play is to keep playing into Dawn, keep playing into Spectre, so that they actually don't get to Horn away, they don't get to Solar Guardian away.
Yeah.
I think that is probably the play that Aurora can make here, because Timbersaw is completely happy with extending the lane into Spectre, and Gyro is one of the better heroes to use Gate and put pressure on Spectre as well. So I think if Aurora is able to put that image out and put a lot of pressure on the Spectre lane, all of a sudden, is the DK going to TP down to help Spectre? Probably not. Is the Magnus going to do so? Probably not.
Probably not.
They're going to be like, okay, this is space for me, I'm going to hit creeps. So if that happens, what does the Spectre do? Probably nothing much.
That is a very good point, and if Aurora is able to do that, I think that could just lead them towards that W in this first game. So I think it all comes down to execution, right? We'll have to wait a couple minutes into the laning stage to see how do the plans unfold for both of these two. But I, for one, I'm really excited about this particular matchup here. I think you were already hyping it up yesterday, that if both of these two teams win their first series, they're going to be facing off against each other already in the upper bracket semifinals, and that's what we have right here. So I, for one, I'm excited to watch this match unfold.
Yeah, I also want to say that Aurora, I feel like they have been... I feel like Talon has been the nemesis for the last couple of qualifiers. Okay, hold that thought, because Joachim is in deep trouble here.
That is a first blood right there. Just a big barrage into the blood grenade, and Oli does slow down WS enough. He is going to have to teleport all the way to the tower, but that does not mean a good start for Talon. Having their Phoenix low, losing a hero, and the Mag forcing out a couple tangos already at the start of the laning stage.
I really like this for Aurora. I feel like they have to have the aggressive mindset in this game, because Talon is running a very classic mid-game oriented lineup with a lot of team fights and scaling. So they are not going to be strong in the early game. And Aurora Hero are super strong in putting pressure. Gyro, fast carry, Timbersaw, fast off lane. I think this is where they want to just dictate the pace and be like, alright, you need to adapt to our pace, you need to adapt to our speed, instead of letting Talon just run around freely hitting creeps.
And that is a good way to also kind of knock the wind out of your opponent, right? Because you're playing into your strat, and the opponent is then reacting instead of dictating the pace.
Exactly. Also, I wanted to build on my thought just now is that I feel like Aurora, Talon has been gatekeeping them for a couple of qualifiers now, and they have been also forced to make roster adjustments, right? We have seen a couple of player changes from Aurora in the past few months. They removed Oli and then brought him back. So I think this is where like Aurora, it feels like they really want to just break this nemesis and break Talon. And if this doesn't go well, I feel like the players might just think to themselves, are we going through another roster change, you know?
Yeah.
But of course, they're not gonna play with this kind of mindset in the back of their head, hopefully. But still, if something that, you know, happens, it might be hard for them.
It's a min-max game, right? So you got to push every little bit to the limit. So that might end up having some consequences as well, even if you don't want to think about them too much. We already saw some pulling shenanigans going on in the bottom lane with the Lich and the Tusk taking the creep wave for a bit of a walk. Finally getting the connections out there, so Magnus able to get his level 2, maybe even all the way to his level 3. Cuckoo having the same issue there, having to challenge the Lion constantly on the pulls. Well, WS... again, just going to have to start soaking up some hits. He's not really looking forward to playing this laning matchup with the Gyro and the Lich.
Yeah, they're just looking to survive right now, just trying to get whatever they can have. It's just that whenever you're doing this, you are not stopping Gyrocopter from farming. And I think that is very, very good news for Aurora, because they definitely need this Gyro to kind of amp up the speed of the game a little bit more.
Yeah.
Like we say, right, the potential gameplay that he might make, I think these are very, very good sequences for him leading into deck play, because he's getting uncontested right now. Level 3, pretty healthy in status and XP also.
Yeah, there is one thing that really irritates playing like on a Radiant side carry is the Dire offlaner and that hard camp. If that is open and they're able to stack it and use the stacking to pull, there are some heroes that have difficulties challenging those stacks. Gyrocopter is not actually one of those, but there are heroes like PA, for example, just watching his enemy creep wave die to the neutral camp over and over and over again. And you're kind of just forced to, well, I guess I have to suffice with the easy camp, and you start falling behind in net worth. So if Talon is able to hold on to that hard camp and try to keep the Lich and the Gyrocopter at bay, could be very useful for this mag to not only get a big spike in levels, but slow down this Gyrocopter as much as possible. But it's something that really drives some carry players mad, seeing their creep wave that they're about to farm getting destroyed by a neutral camp.
As a post 5, I I feel like when that happens, it's kind of always the the carry will be looking at the post 5. Yo, what is happening?
Yeah, he's giving the evil eye.
Yeah,
Shouldn't
and I
you
can
be over
feel
there?
like the mat is kind of directed to me.
Oh, the really clutch sinister gaze right there. Didn't take too long for Oli to land it, and he was so patient with that too.
Yeah, I can feel like his finger is already on E. Like he's so ready for that play, because that was instant. That was instant.
Not sure if that's Palos' way of saying something towards Jokum and WS, but already finding 2 kills. The first blood, and now in the lane itself as well. Gyro topping net worth thanks to these kills.
Yeah, really early kills. But his career is dead again. I think this is the back-to-back deaths of his career right now. So, despite having all the net worth from him, he is actually not rich. Like the gold are in the bank.
Yeah, dead
not
worth
in his pocket.
Can't allow that courier to die again if he does want his Falcon Blade at some point. That is Oli and Natsumi both being traded here in the top lane, and Q to follow. Cuckoo bringing up the double kill here with the Phoenix.
Okay, so they did try to make the game play, right? But this time around they only brought Lich. I would say some teams they like to rotate double heroes. Like for example, if you think about Gaimin with the Ratio back then, they would be doing this game together as 2, and then you would all of a sudden have like 4v2 on top lane. But this time around they only brought Lich, and Lich was punished by it, so wasn't too effective to their favor. And they also lost the biggest timing, which is the catapult. Didn't manage to get too much power damage in. Reset Aurora.
Also the early usage of the Dragon form from Mikoto. Start to do some chip damage towards that T1 tower. Much stronger than the corrosive dragon version we had at the start of the Facet patch. People were focusing on the poison side above anything else because, I mean, that was kind of giga busted. And then they found out, oh wait, this untouched Facet is even better.
Yeah, it's funny how they nerfed the green Facet of DK so quickly, but then for the red Facet they have not touched it for so long.
Nope.
Like,
It's
just like Ice Rock. All of a sudden he went on a really long vacation.
With the 3.7e patch, we were making a bit of an inside joke with our friends. I think one of the devs got it wrong, nerfing WK instead of DK, because they're like, why is Wraith King getting nerfed? Come on.
The unplayed hero. I like what Talon is doing though. They are like Mikoto is putting a lot of pressure. So this is a bit like a natural synergy, right? You have this DK just naturally putting pressure on mid tower, and because of it, the 2 supports of Aurora are being distracted to the mid lane. They try to stop this DK. As you can see, Q is around here. So when this is happening, who is the biggest beneficiary? I would say Spectre is the one benefiting from this a lot.
A lot of attention being drawn away from him. He's pretty happy with what's happening. Jokum standing right next to an AD rune, thinks like it's going to be Abed to secure this one. Nicely dodges that. That was pixel perfect with the snowball, but Jokum, I don't think he should be walking away out of this one. So did I, says Abed as he takes down Jokum. But yeah, they even brought the gyrocopter to take a piece of this action.
Yeah, I think you can feel like Palos, he understands that he needs to speed the game up. That's why he's just like TPing down preemptively to be ready for a potential response here coming out from Talon. But Talon didn't give them that because Magnus, he wants to hit creeps. Cuckoo is having really high level actually, 5.5. Thanks to the double kill that he got earlier.
We're also getting closer to the, well, we have level 6 up on the Spectre. Of course, he doesn't need to constantly use it off cooldown, but if there is a target that they can find, I don't think Aurora is going to give them that easily, as we can hear the reality. Jumping in and back, but as you can see, there's instant reinforcements, so Spectre has to back out, and so does Mikoto and the boys.
That was such a good poke coming out from Natsumi. Just instantly getting back to his own place, knowing that, okay, I'm just doing this to force some direction. Mikoto, is he going to continue pushing though?
I mean, with these 4 heroes, maybe it's enough to kill the DK. He's tanky for sure, but it's 4. Okay, make it 5. Palos is also here, and they're going to chase Jokum, and this is truly a statement to Talon. We are ready to fight. Are you?
There was a clutch silence coming out from Puck. He read that Jokum is running his life into the DK, trying to snowball save him, but I bet with the clutch silence.
Can I get a third? Cuckoo?
He's going to go for it, isn't he? Oh!
But
he
got it! Got it with the orb.
End of the orb. Okay. Interesting.
Well, that's something. There's also a tier 1 token. I think that was pinged by Natsumi as well, as Phoenix got killed. One good thing of having your Spectre in your team is that he's watching every single engagement to see if there's something he can jump on. Should be able to recover that. Nice face for Aurora. Playing stacked, playing together, still farming the map. And look at the net worth on these 3 heroes. They're all coming out with shining colors from the laning stage.
I do want to comment on how calm Talon has been though. Like, cause for example, Aurora, they're pushing, or they're bringing numbers in, right? They are obviously hoping for bigger fights, but Talon, they are reading them pretty well. They are not giving them the big fights that Palos would love to have. Because Palos has been twice in the didn't really get something huge.
Yeah, they even, just as you were saying about that they're being very calm. Natsumi is the one to jump in for a quick assist onto Oli. They had the gyrocopter rotating through the twin gate, hoping that they could kill the Spectre and help push down the tower with the Timber. So they only got the T1. They did lose the Lich down in mid, and also their mid T1 seems to be falling here for Cuckoo and Mikoto.
Okay, I feel like so far so good for both sides. I think both sides are kind of playing to the pace that their draft would love to be playing on. It's just that Aurora, of course, they would love to be getting a little bit more from all this like early aggression. So
Mikoto
just he has to blink. So
I think Hugh's gonna have to start with the Hex next time around.
True that. I feel like we see this a lot, right, from Lion players. A lot of time, the first time they will be, you know, trying to go with the stun first, and then they realize that, okay, maybe I should start with the Hex. Because they've buffed the Hex range for a couple of times.
They have.
It's actually not the shorter one that we thought before.
So we're skipping Blade Mail. We're going straight Orchid here. Talon.
Okay.
They're gonna have to make this Orchid work. And it definitely will. If you find the Puck is dead meat at that point. So this is a very scary item reveal. And he's doing the jungle, while the rest of his squad are going for a bit of a jungle wraparound. There's nobody here, except the Puck orb is flying about. Not sure if they saw it in the fog. And they're actually trying to make a move towards the Spectre, so they have the Magnus in between, working as a bit of a bodyguard on the minimap. He's able to dodge this one as Palos reveals himself at the creep wave.
Abed is reading this really well as well. Like, he's not going for the mid waves. He knows that, okay, this feels a little bit fishy. He probably understands that, okay, it's about time DK gets his dagger. So probably making a move, or maybe since DK is not showing it at all. And I think his read is completely correct as Mikoto showing his dagger reveal on the bottom lane for this tower.
It's a pretty solid Mage Slayer game as well, so he's going for the Blink and the MS up on this DK. I really like this build from both the offlane position, but I think playing it as a mid, get to those items really quickly. You're kind of uncontested when it comes to farm, as we've got the Lich dying. Natsumi gets his first usage of the Orchid, leaving a Lich completely defenseless. Nice dodge there from Mikoto. Wasn't quite caught by the Lion, but unable to find himself a follow-up for the rest of the team.
This is gonna be where the two supports of Aurora probably they will be feeling a little bit stressed walking on the map, because as long as you are getting caught by one ops, you could just get solo killed by Spectre in a matter of seconds. So it's not easy to be walking around on the map by yourself right now. And that also means that you might have to tag along another support, you might have to tag along another core, which in results may hinder your XP development. You might be staying on low HP, might not be hitting enough creeps. So that's the kind of pressure that a Spectre would be able to bring to a team.
Hadrian's
Talon,
about to
another
run
smoke.
out here. Mikoto hoping to find someone here. Pops his Dragon form early. They won't catch the Lich, but they might be able to catch the Timbersaw jabs. Well, the Phoenix kind of spoils the smoke here, so now nobody's definitely not showing. But he wants to force them to defend that tower and maybe open up a play somewhere else. Oh yes, is still smoked with his own Blink and the RP ready.
It's incredible how patient and careful Aurora has been with the mid waves, because the mid waves have constantly been being pushed into Aurora's face, but then they understand that okay, this is like the best place for DK to jump mid. So they haven't been just like showing face at all for the mid wave. It has just been Cuckoo pushing in, and then Aurora just naturally waiting for the good wave to reach the tier 2 and farm it safely. So very good read coming from Aurora, I would say. But that's the thing though. I do feel like they should be in the position where they are the predator, but then now they are kind of the prey.
There's so much
And
mind
just-
games going on in this game. Like it's like you can see from Q, like there's a lot of defensive posturing. Then before, just maybe 5-6 minutes ago, there were 5 manning around the map.
And that's just like how beautiful Dota is, right? Imagine if those 5 men were to result in the better reward for Aurora. They might have just gotten what it need to like totally accelerate the game, but because Talon, they remain calm. They understood that we are playing a 3-core lineup. We don't want to react so much. We want to just be like calm, pushing waves, hitting creeps. They didn't give Aurora that kind of breakthrough opportunity, and so Aurora's games just silently getting slowed down when there's nothing happening. So, and also of course like tapping into the natural threat that Spectre is able to give to your team. It just feels like Aurora hard for them to make any aggressions right now until they have their BKBs.
It feels like the safer route, right? Make sure that you have your defensive items ready for a bigger engagement to come, because it makes it all so much easier to play versus the Spectre. Can't really leave anybody undefended. Ollie is under vision of the Spectre to potentially jump him, so Tusk is on his way. But there's a gyrocopter also around. That's a pretty cheeky ward placement, right? Because it's right outside of that sentry. They don't know about the vision, and now Palos has revealed himself. Instant TPs, and there is Natsumi, joined by Jokum, and that is a big kill. All because they thought they had that area dewarded.
Yeah, you rarely see a defensive ops like that.
And there's the RP as well, catching the puck, but there's a nice
Q is
stun
there.
from the back by Q, buying a bit of time for Abed. Can he escape? Has the Yules ready, throws in the orb, and jumping away. There's the snowball. He's got all the spells on cooldown. I don't think the puck's making it out. Jokum takes him down with a Walrus Punch.
Alright, they're just bringing more numbers right now. That was already a very good defensive play coming out from Q. He read that and instantly helped Puck with the stun, but unfortunately Puck's phase shift is a little bit too low level, only level 2. If he had more levels, he might be able to make it out. But nevertheless, good moves coming out from Talon right now. They understand that they are stronger than Aurora, and they also feel like Aurora, okay, you know, we all know Aurora, they like to play slow.
Yeah.
They like to bring games into the late games, so let's make the move on them, and that is exactly what Talon is doing.
And they definitely got really unlucky with that that D ward as well, because that ward was just showing that, well, I can't find an ops here. You can probably farm this camp, and the moment Palos shows and they have people coming in, it's a sealed deal. And now also getting rid of the other sentries from the area as well, making sure that Aurora doesn't have any vision in the area. As indicated with the sentry down there on the ground. Aurora will attempt the smoke here with Q, Ollie, and Palos. We'll bring in Abed for this too. They're potentially finding bottom. I think they saw Mikoto. He's very deep in, but he does have... Let's pretend we didn't see that.
Because they didn't see Mikoto too. Oh, Mikoto playing with fire, oh my god.
Yules! Oh! Okay, maybe it all pays off in the end, right? Because now there's people TPing in, Q shows up, and just like that, I can miss a coil, nobody saw it, Mikoto's still dead.
Haters would say that he missed his point, but truthfully, if you think about it, he made it out with the Yules, so good job, Abed. That was a very important kill nonetheless. Very important kill because DK all of a sudden, right, that he's the one.
Oh.
Okay, never mind.
Instant response.
Sorry, yeah, that was a good observer coming out from Talon.
Good with the TP out, but that's also cancelled by Abed. This defensive item for the puck is now actually giving them 2 kills in a row. So that works.
That is definitely working. Okay, this is where Aurora is getting a little bit stronger now. They have their BKB timing on Timbersaw. I assume that Gyro's BKB is probably about to be done as well. Yep, he has it. So if they want to be slightly more aggressive, I think this is where they have the tools. It's just about finding the right kind of openings for them. Because they really don't have the best initiation. Lion went for the Ghost Scepter instead of Dagger. Didn't have the best early game for the early Dagger, so Aurora might not be the easiest for them to make something happen, so let's see.
The Ice Spire picked up for the Lich off of the Tormentor. Talon looked to do exactly the same. I wonder if we're going to get a Orchid Manta build up on this Spectre. Because that is something that, one, with the Manta, you get Roche potential really quickly. Because that Desolate damage does stack on Roshan. Yep, that's what we have in his inventory right now. Building towards the Scotty and then the BKB. I really like the Scotty pickup here versus the Timber and the Gyrocopters. WS has found himself a puck, and Natsumi does not hesitate.
I like that WS is not hesitating to just blow up his RP on one single core kill. Because I think that he knows, you know, the more pickoffs I do, the better it is for my DK to eventually get to the point where he can be the secondary carry besides the Spectre. The Spectre is not going to carry this game by himself. Eventually you need someone to hit towers, right? So DK is going to be the one for you.
Yeah.
WS playing super active, I love this. I think a lot of Magnus, they will just like keep farming, covering, they will be so stingy with their RP.
It's pretty risky here. Aurora actually want to take this fight with 2 heroes down.
3v5.
It's all of them 3 just remaining. They're going straight for the egg, which they will be able to destroy just in time. WS trying to hunt down Q. It looks like now they're stacking around Palos. Puck is coming in though. They've got the kill on Palos. And now Abed's TP'd in. He's throwing in the coil. Make sure that this Magnus has no escape. And Spectre in trouble. Gets fingered as well. But this might still be him going down. Mikoto trying to help out. The next teleport's going to be the Lich. And now Mikoto, you got to make a run for it. Abed slowing him down. Jabs is on the chase. He might be tanky, but he won't be tanky for long, especially with that Timber Saw nearby. And there's the Chain Frost, and Mikoto trying to TP out, but no such luck. I don't know how Aurora still has the perseverance to win a fight that they started 3 versus 5 originally.
Yeah, that was just very good.
Magical.
For Aurora. Yeah. it takes some balls to make this kind of decision, but they made it. I think they're right that, okay, we have outposts there, you know, and we are responding soon. So let's take the fight. Let's buy some time for us when you have your BKB on. There was 2 9 seconds BKB coming out from Timbersaw and Gyro. And they were managed to bring down the egg first and then take a long fight, which eventually, that was a fight without RP as well, right? So they knew it. Without RP, without the sun, without the egg, it's gonna be a good fight for them. And sometimes you just need to take a bit of risk like that to even up the game again. And I would say Aurora definitely successfully even up the game right now with that fight.
The fights were lasting just long enough so that they can get their reinforcements back into play. Now Aurora go with that 3-man smoke. Well, I think they might have just shown themselves to that Tusk illusion. Hasty on the fingers there with the Whirling Death.
Dire are scanning. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Got a bit of traffic down the top lane, even if Aurora is cutting down mid, hoping to catch the DK off guard maybe. But it's Jokum who runs into them first. So the Tusk is the one to die and gank, or tank the gank, more to say. So that actually saves the DK's life, because if they kept on going forward, they would have ran into Mikoto. Meanwhile, a Spectre ulti onto the Gyro, I think, as Gyro was dropping quite rapidly. But he will survive this attempt.
It did force his BKB though, so that is still a pretty good win for the side of Talon. If they wish to make something happen, I think this is a very good window for them to do it. They just freshly picked up the BKB as well, so DK is gonna have a defensive item against Timbersaw, which is very important.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
My biggest question is, how do you deal with the Timbersaw BKB Aghanim's timing right now? Because you can't use that. You can't press use on the BKB. You can't dispel the barrier off until the BKB is wear off. So I think that might be a very big problem for Talon to deal with right now. Timbersaw is a little bit undealt with.
Heals can be a bit tricky to get out. It's not like we're playing against a Storm Spirit, where one of the most interesting BKB Yules interactions in the game. If your BKB runs out where you're zapping, you just end up Yules the moment your BKB runs out. A bit more straightforward here. This Aegis for Natsumi. Killing Roshan really doesn't take a long time with that Manta, so Aurora, they're late for this one. And they might even have to fight this one out. Because they do have good vision, and they definitely have the power to take down heroes. It looks like Talon, they're not going to fight it on Aurora's terms. They'll let this one slide.
I really like this decision making from Talon. I feel like a lot of worst team, they would be like, okay guys, they are there, let's take the fight. Just because they are
we're
there.
6v5.
Just because we are 5 of us are here, 5 of us are there, let's take the fight. But top teams, they'll be like, okay guys, let's not fight on their turn, let's fight on our turn. We can always choose when and where to have our fight. And that is exactly what went through Talon's head just now. They didn't want to fight on their turn.
Well, Mikoto's already jumping onto the backline. That's the Axe reveal on Jabs. Does have to use his BKB so he doesn't end up getting stunned right away by that rocket. He's still going to get stunned for a moment. Okay, just 0.1 seconds as his BKB runs out. Jabs has gone on a very long, deep chase here onto Mikoto. Puck is also on the side. There's the coil out as well. WS is hoping for them to stack up, but they're not going to give him such an opportunity, and Mikoto is history. Jabs on a godlike spree now with this Timbersaw.
Yeah, it's a pretty fantastic Timbersaw game. We talk about this in the draft, right? There's no obvious answers in the draft from Talon to really deal with this Timbersaw. They probably have to even get Nullifier at some point just to deal with the Aghanims. So, and then not to mention as well, like Puck is getting really strong by every minute. You know, when this guy gets Octarine Core, I think that's like really the Puck showtime.
Another Haunt. Or a Shadow Step even in this case. Just a quick jump in, jump out. Neil there's got the RP out as well. And they've caught themselves a Timbersaw. But Jabs is going to be able to pop his Ags. And now he is protected. WS deciding to teleport away. Will die during that teleport with the Phoenix already gone, and their DK only just now spawns. Natsumi, another TP cancel from Abed! Yes, sir! That's 3 in a row! And Natsumi is done for. Life number 2 will be taken out from him as well. I honestly can't believe how well a Yules has actually paid off in a game as well as it has here.
It's true, yeah. I think all 3 times he was able to cancel TP on Horus. The first 2 times I believe he's on DK and then now Spectra. Just, yeah, a bet very on point so far. Very on point. Like, even from the early game, right, where he read that DK is making multiple moves on him, and he was able to dodge every one of that, and then to now just like cancelling all these like clutch TPs. Wow, I bet it's really showing that why he's one of the most sorted out mid laners in Southeast Asia.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
4,000 lead here for Aurora. Not the biggest net worth lead, but surely has been a pretty tight game between the two. Really getting a taste of what potentially is to come. With some of the top seeds of this qualifier going up against each other's. It's truly been a very good game 1. And it is still completely open who's the one to actually take it in the end. Timbersaw dies through his BKB and his Ags, so that is a big streak for the Spectre. Natsumi feeling that money's burning a hole in his pocket.
Wow, that's a 1k goal.
That's over 1k gold, yeah.
Spectre is probably okay. He got his Ice Guardian now, so he's looking to build into the BKB. Interesting. We don't see a lot of that, but he probably thinks that yeah, there's a lot of magical damage coming out from Aurora side. Timber, Gyro, Hawk, Lion. You do need the BKB to stay alive.
At least he's got the Empower as a bit of a extra damage add. And then the Desolate with his Manta, plus the Orchid that he can then upgrade into a Bloodthorn later on in this game. But I think you are right. You do kind of need a BKB this game. At least if you want to be in the fights. You can't just be the guy who zips in, zips out. The game is getting to a stage where you actually have to be there for the team. I would be curious if he actually buys his own shard. The double damage dispersion is pretty good. Palos.
Okay.
That was a rapid kill. And the funny thing is, Aurora actually pinged that ward a couple of minutes ago when Tusk sniped the Courier, right after they lost the previous fight where they lost the Aegis on the Spectre. And now they pinged that same ward spot again. Yep, they definitely have vision here, so they didn't want to check if there was a ward. They just pinged and said that there's probably vision here, and now Palos dies on that same spot.
That is very painful.
It's a bit unfortunate.
Yeah, a bit back and forth as well. Like first it was Timber dying solo, and then now it's Gyro. I feel like those are the times where Aurora really want to take a step forward in terms of this game, because they were having a pretty solid 5k goal lead.
They rapidly went straight for the Tormentor, recognizing that Talon is going to be coming right their way. And Abed, I don't think he's got a way out of this one. Nice stun from Q. Is it going to be enough, though? And looks like Puck is able to escape. Abed is out. Jabs is in. Ollie will catch Mikoto. Mikoto has the BKB up, but he is not surviving this overwhelming amount of damage. And now Aurora is on the chase. Puck coming straight back to action. I have to say, this is quite amazing that Aurora first take a Tormentor. They're so low on HP, almost lose their Puck, only to have the Puck re-engage and join the team for 2 kills. This is wild.
At this point, you have to ask, right? Isn't this like an Abed show already?
It certainly has to be, right?
They were able to get those 2 kills because Abed somehow gave them a force of hope, thinking that you might be able to kill me this time. I'm still at 20% HP, and he magically gets out, and then he comes back to seal the deal on the Phoenix. So, damn, this game has truly been.
It had Puck is again deciding to go in. Does have to use the Yules against the Orchid. Q is also in a bit of trouble. Does have the Ghost Scepter. Gyro ulti is going to be a bit of a miss. As WS trying to push themselves to safety, but this mag will be taken down. That's 2 heroes out from the side of Talon. Oh, sorry, 1 from this engagement. It was the DK that was respawning from the previous engagement. But Aurora continues to build a net worth lead, despite sometimes losing heroes, but they also find some pretty big ones in return.
Yeah, I do feel like we are kind of missing something from Talon's side, which is maybe the teamfight aspect of them, right? So far we haven't seen them really making use of RP and Egg. We are seeing them playing the Spectre game where you want to scatter around and just find solo pickoffs with the Spectre. But doing that kind of gives away your strength as that you do have pretty good teamfight, and we haven't seen them use it. Like, where's the last time we
they
seen
should change?
Coming up from Talon?
Do you think they should change maybe to the point where they pop an aggressive egg and then defend it with an RP?
Yeah, they could do so. It's definitely a play that they can do. But whether or not it's gonna turn out well, I'm not sure, because the PKBs are now up on Aurora side and they are a lot tankier, a lot more survivable than 5 minutes ago. Or 10 minutes ago even. So I think that picture is gonna come when both teams are starting to contest second Roshan. So the second Rosh is gonna be what both teams are playing for right now. Just look at the items that Aurora's cores are able to get. Lincolns on Jabs, Octarine completed, Lincoln completed on Puck. So if you're not able to kill the Puck just now with 20% HP, how are you going to kill him now? It's not going to be easy anymore.
And also with the double psychic headbands as well for the Puck and the Lich.
Oh yeah.
They've got some really nice extra cast range to go along with that. But we are getting to the point where just a couple more minutes and we have our tier 4s up.
Roshan is up, by the way, but he is moving house right now, so really good heads up play coming for Aurora. They're already here, so they will have complete control of the Roshan pit. Compared to Talon, this is very awkward. Like, do you want to take the gate? Do you want to mass TP? How do you relocate from bottom to top right now? Might not be able to do so, so might be a free Roshan here from Aurora.
You definitely can't cross the map. That is for sure. You cannot cross the map, so it's like they're just establishing control over the Radiant side jungle while Aurora finish off Roshan. They pick up the banner. And that is straight to pushing waves out for Aurora. Start looking for those last tier 2 towers. Yeah, aggressive posturing still by Talon. I think this is what you were talking about as well before, that let's fight on our terms. They can fight under their own vision, despite being handicapped. But it looks like they have been able to group everybody up, and now Timbersaw with a quick D-ward. And WS find, I think Jabs find a target. We have all regrouped and disengaged. Aurora won't get the fight that they probably were looking for. There's a jump onto the gyrocopter by the looks of it. BKB's already popped as well, and they will skewer Palos on the cliff. WS will TP away. They're trying to kill Palos here and drop him with that Aegis. Can they kill him though? Mikoto also has to TP home, and Palos will TP out as well. So it's Cuckoo and Ollie who pay the price.
The 2 position 5s. Okay. I mean, that's kind of a whatever kill from both sides, to be honest. Doesn't really affect the macro situation of the game. But it is unfortunate. I feel like this could always be a play for WS, right? Just to cleave the gyro. He doesn't have Force Staff. I don't think anyone has a Force Staff on Aurora side, so if you are able to do that, isolate the gyro, that could be a play for a team.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Also, going high ground is never easy against Magnus. And also Phoenix.
Dire's middle tower
So,
has
Aurora, let's see how they want to approach these high grounds in Aurora here.
Yeah, that's what I always tell my team. We got good high ground. We're losing 30k gold. Yeah, we got good high ground. We got Magnus.
Someone gotta bring in the hope, right? Even though you don't believe in yourself, you gotta act like, alright guys, we got this. You have to believe it.
Yeah, and you gotta make yourself believe in it.
Top tower is under attack.
That's what charisma does. You gotta make them believe what you're saying. Mass TP's top. I think they spied a little Tusk.
Radiant's top tower is under
Won't they
attack.
be able to catch him, though? At least they got a little D-ward. Carrying that gem. Aurora's still sticking around here with 3 heroes, despite their TP burnt on the Lion and the Puck. At least the Puck can now play slightly more aggressive on the map because he has the duels, right? So the Spectre doesn't really have an easy time killing him. And you can see from Abed's posture, like, he doesn't really mind cutting creep waves right behind the enemy lines. I mean, we just did a bit of dancing there with WS.
Is under attack.
Yeah, you might have to pull out a very sneaky RP on the Puck to be able to kill him, because that's the only thing that bypass Lincoln's. And then after that, you have to chain stun him pretty well.
Predict his trajectory and skewer right into him. I think you need to come up with something completely like out of the book.
Yeah, I feel like the better bet is probably on Gyrocopter. Like, wait for his Aegis to expire, and the moment it expires, you jump on them.
Stream. Can they get anybody here? Palos. At least he's slowed by the Fire Spirit, so Cuckoo is doing as much as he can to buy seconds off the clock. Sacrificing maybe a Spectre Courier. Was diving head first into Aurora. Goes for a bit of a detour. Also, the Roche banner is placed down, so it does look like a lane of Rax is falling. You still have 40 seconds on that Aegis, but they're going to jump straight to the back line. Force the ult off of the Phoenix. Cuckoo has to Icarus dive himself back to a more defensive position. Abed still hammering down in the front line. They cleaned up the lane of Rax. Palos was hitting buildings at the same time, so a lane secured, Aegis intact, everybody alive.
That was done really clean from Aurora. I think both Team Persona and Puck understands that they are in a position where it's so hard for them to die even though they take some stuns. So they were just like trying to be in front of the Gyrocopter in case the Gyro gets skewered back into tier 4s. So really good poke coming out from the other 2 persons from Aurora. Understanding what their role is, understanding what their job is in this high ground push.
Well, we got a Butterfly now up on the Spectre, so he's pretty much 6 slotted. Can still remove the boots to pick up something. Maybe that movement speed slow, maybe the potential nullifier of such.
Our nullifier should be very good frost shoot.
Well, that's a Tusk. Not a whole lot of finger stacks picked up for Q this game, so that Lion Finger is not quite enough to delete him. Has the help of Palos for it, though. Oh, he's got 5.
There's still one play that we haven't mentioned yet, which is Tusk is eyeing up and Aghanim. So he does have BKB Aghanim. If he gets to that point, he already has a BKB built up already. So that might be one of the plays that they can make. Just kick back Gyro, RP him into Fountain. That is not impossible in this game.
Not a bad idea at all.
They have to get to that point though. Do they have time?
There's the RP, they go straight for it, but the coil is there to interrupt the skewer play, and they all stack each other's on top of Palos, make sure that that Gyrocopter is history. And that keeps even the Magnus alive, so that is a 4v5 engagement, and Aurora, well, last time you had the Aegis, this time you do not get a second chance.
And the biggest difference between this high ground siege and the last one was that the previous one, both Timber and Puck were in, and this time they are not. So I think that tells you like the formula of how to make this high ground work for this game. And the moment that Talons found that okay, their 2 cores are not poking us, this is our go time, and they're just sending it. Especially with the Butterfly from Sector BKB as well. So they definitely have what it takes to bring down Gyro in the span of the RP.
Just so much damage, and I like the fact that they were all kind of just stacking up with their BKBs on, right on top of the Gyrocopter. Even if the Lich could still click on portraits on the Gyro to cast some spells, but it makes that moment of hecticness, because it's like you don't actually see how bad is this Gyrocopter doing when you got 3 really big models on top of the hero.
I did not even get to see his HP bar at all.
Yep, me neither. I was like, is he alive or is he not? But they got the job done. I mean, if somebody gets mugged in an alley, you don't regularly talk about it.
That's true. Alright, things are gonna only get harder for Palos right now. Refresher up done on Magnus, and Agony is also done on Tusk. So we might see some alley-oop here coming out from Talon. For Aurora to... They might have to have a change of plan here. Going straight up to high ground might not cut it anymore.
Yeah, try to force a mistake on the map with only one lane of racks secured. Can be a difficult job. I think that's what you're going to have to strive forward to. They have been really rapid with their movements on the map. They've been responding very well to Talon. And Talon has also been reading Aurora's movements pretty well, so I think it's only... time will tell when a mistake will happen. And does it happen right away with the Magnus nearby? They saw the gem cast animation, so that gives away Aurora's position. They'll be able to get the D-ward and move themselves onward. Roshan is also up. He will move to the north side of the map in 30 seconds unless they're able to clean him up now.
Alright, Talon.
And Bloodthorn is now also ready on Spectre.
You didn't know about this Rosh, I'm just wondering. Because it's the second time they're gonna lose this Rosh. But I guess they're fine with it because they know that their high ground defense are strong. So I like this move, honestly. They're fighting on their own premise, right? They're like, alright, Aurora, come to our high ground. I challenge you here. I don't want to challenge you outside of my high ground. So I do like that decision making.
Yeah, the true honorable challenge.
And then now Aurora is gonna be like, alright guys, we have Aegis. How do we go high ground? That's what they need to think. Because Gyro can easily just die twice in a row to refresher RP.
You also got double refresher coil. So
Is Pop 25 yet? If he's 25, that's a pretty huge deal.
Yeah, Puck
yes,
is
he's
26.
25.
Yep, absolutely. There we go. Dream Coil pierces debuff immunity. That's all we need. So you can RP all you want, but you're not moving our gyro.
Yeah, exactly. Unless you get a puck, which is very unlikely. So you may want to let Tusk start the job first. BKB jump in, kick the gyro back, and then RP into Fountain. That is very, very possible right now with the amount of items they have.
I think what Talon are also looking for might be a backstab. As long as they have that walrus kick, they can still isolate and remove the gyrocopter from the equation for a couple seconds if it gives them a chance to RP maybe the puck and kill him. But I do think you have to look at removing this gyrocopter. So you still have to face his damage, even if you kill the puck before. And it might not be even worth when the opponent starts to send in their buybacks. I do think Talon has to kind of win this in a clean sweep, because if they use all of their ultis, they use all their refreshers, Aurora could, with buybacks, just, you know, kind of end the game.
Yeah, that is very true.
I feel like it feels like that kind of game.
Yeah, buybacks are definitely very good into this like very ulti-dependent lineups, especially refresher up. On the side of Aurora, they are not that BKB and ultimate dependent at all compared to Talon. So, very good idea there. It's just that using the buybacks are always a little bit of a harder decision making. You really gotta commit to it.
WS is deep. Only Palos. Right nearby. Jabs. He can almost smell the Magnus! And that is WS gone. He does have a buyback. But this could just be the invitation for Palos to enter the high ground. Dragon Form is also used, so Talon will look to fight this. They got Abed's Lincolns popped already. And there's the Tusk. He tried to isolate the Lich. He kicked Ollie instead. And Magnus coming in with a buyback. And Tusk dead. Ollie dead as well. There's the RP. It's a big one in the back. Can they get the damage in time though. Another RP. They need to clean them up, and they will by the looks of it. The Aegis is out. Jabs, he's going to be moving himself to the tree line, and Palos and Abed, they are returning back into the fray. And Talon will lose Natsumi. They will lose Mikoto by the looks of it, and they push them to the fountain. And Aurora, just like that. It looks like a moment Talon could have this in the bag, to at least defensively. But in the end, it looks like Aurora is the one to claim victory.
That was beautiful spell usage. Unfortunately, Aurora's chorus, they are just way too big. Puck and Timber, they are way too big to deal with. Like, it's not a Gyro versus the Whir anymore. It's like Gyro is just dead, kind of as a decoy, and then Timbersaw and Puck are actually doing the hard work. They are the ones dishing out damage, they are the ones surviving all these big ultimates, and then be the one that cleans up the fight. So Aurora, they are treating Black Hole, all these big ulti, allow you to hit tower. And of course Aurora, knowing that they also want to take away the Aegis power play coming out from Talon. So we might see a couple of really epic Russian fight in this game.
I would definitely hope that. Especially with such big teamfight ultis in this game. Some real crowd on fire setting abilities like the Echo Slams, the Black Holes. One thing I want to see Aurora do is what we saw earlier on today with their Radiant side triangle stacked to the max and farming it with the Echo Slam, and maybe trying to avoid Talon for as much as possible. So kind of what Aurora did to Talon in game 1. Play aggressive with multiple heroes, and Talon would play it very calmly. Not send too many troops to the battlefield. Save your reinforcement for later. And instead, focus on the farming part, where the Enigmas may be able to take down an early tower. Use that Black Hole of cooldown when you can, but keep that threat alive, because if they want to Giga farm these heroes, like this Abed Earthshaker, you're probably going to have to use our ults to clean Ancients. But that led to some good results. I think it was Talon who was playing that Shaker in, I think it was game 1 versus Team Kukuis, as we do have a first blood scuffle going on right away. And it's for Natsumi to pick up off of Q. And he's not done yet.
and Abed's the one that say have one. Oh, Natsumi though, did he go to dip?
Yeah, he went Boots first item on this TA, so helps him just run straight to the high ground. Give a quick reminder for Jabs that this is what you're going to be up against. There's a thing that I didn't even get to talk about. I'll get to that in just a second.
First split first.
Natsumi, you've got Boots, but you cannot outrun a Gyrocopter with an Afterburner facet. So he got the bounty, and he'll pay the price for it. So what I wanted to talk about, how do you think this Enigma TA matchup goes in the lane? Because I can tell from experience, this Enigma is not fun to play versus Psyblades.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially with the new facet from TA, right? And now you can just go for like early boots, trying to just kill the Eidolons pretty easily with Melt as well. So I think this lane is definitely much favorable to the TA. Also, you have Chen against the Enigma, right? So yep. Chen can always just take control of the Eidolons if that's what he wants to do. You always have that option. I think Natsumi would be pretty enjoyable on this top lane.
It's definitely not a very fun matchup to play. Even though the Enigma starts off strong with the first creep wave, but things will change with levels. You get to level 2, level 3, level 4, this TA suddenly becomes a really fast farmer. So Jabs is going to have to find a way to maneuver outside of the original lane. See, the same thing happening in bottom again with Joachim and Ollie. It's not the first time. You can see that he's also combining the creep wave now. So Ollie's able to hold it still for a while.
It's just that WS wants to take this creep wave away. He will be able to successfully do so. Do some damage though.
Still quite a lot of damage, yeah, from the creeps and from Ollie. Just burning that Frost Blast.
Oh, okay. I mean, no big deal. I think you are able to dodge the level 1, level 2 power spike with Gyro.
At least they At least they forced WS to take it under the tower instead of holding it between the T1 and the T2.
Yeah. The big cam is open though, so Joken will happily eat one of this creep.
Yeah, drag it as far as possible. Nobody else gets the XP except for him. Maybe the Lich gets a piece of that. I'm gonna see this dynamic duo together quite a lot, at least in the early minutes. Wouldn't be too surprised if Joken just disappears into the jungle and Lich is looking for him there. Well, it's gonna be a courier kill.
Courier has been killed.
Yeah, I would say Gyro is probably the biggest winner in this kind of situation. I always feel like if you're able to have such a free game on Gyro, it's not too bad. You get to have your Aghanim's timing a lot earlier, even though you are not pressuring the enemy per se, but you are going to most likely have an small item advantage over the enemy carry because of your good start. So that is totally acceptable too. Top lane, like you say, right? Enigma not having the fun time, only 7 last hits, which a lot of the time you will see Enigma being the one dominating on the CS chart, but this time around,
it's the 4 last hits he got from
him.
the first wave, and since then he's only been able to double the CS, while TA is up to 17, and so much fun being a TA playing like this, right? Sideblade spill the entire stack of Eidolons. With good luck, you'll get to clean all 6 of them.
He's level 3 now, so with level 2 melt, it's gonna be able to do it even easier. He even has the Black Stone too, so a lot of tools for him to just deal with the Eidolons. Good understanding here by TA.
Should be a fairly even, easy lane for Natsumi. Jabs is still trying to find a way out.
Uh-oh, the Harpy is here.
Oh, the good old Harpy. At least it's not the one that flies and gives flying vision.
Oh my god.
Remember that?
Those times. Yes, those times. Not fun. Not fun. Those were the Wraith Pack time as well.
Those were the Wraith Pack days, yep.
The days that we have been through, man.
Yeah, we've been through some horrible phases during Dota. The Harpies, the ho-ho, ha-ha, and Troll Warlord. Oh god.
Dire's structures
That one still brings a tear into people's eyes. All the way to the Centaur release. Remember when Stampede stunned?
Wow. Okay. I do not remember that.
I'm glad you don't.
That must be so long ago.
That was on. I think that was like one of the most busted heroes on release. The Centaur Stampede was something else. People would just die. But you know, things get fleshed out in time, and I'm just waiting to see some cool Ringmaster plays in tournaments.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
Kez can be fun, sure, but Ringmaster, I feel like that hero can be so entertaining to watch.
I do feel so. It's entertaining to play as well. It's probably gonna come somewhere around this year, I believe. For sure earlier than Kaz, right?
I hope so.
One could hope so.
One can hope so.
Can never take anything for granted in Dota.
Dude, Natsumi's got 48 CS in under 6 minutes. Like, this TA is going to be massive.
So 8 last hits per minute. That's
Yes.
pretty busted.
That is really busted. Normally people hit the 10 CS at around 13, 14 on average. So already at that pace, 3,600 net worth.
Radiant
And Nigma has 1,900.
That's crazy.
1.6, well, 1.5, 1.6k difference.
They better clear these stacks right now.
All right, here's the
I'm
Echo
glad
Slam farm. Let's go. It's getting that massive boom in there. Oh, that is just, it looks so good.
Yeah, I like that they didn't wait for the 7-minute mark to clear these stacks, because I think they know how much pressure they are having on the top lane, and anytime TA could just hit level 6 and just come in with a trap, and then suddenly it's never easy to clear the stacks anymore. So you gotta do it as soon as possible, and that's exactly what they did. So good heads-up play coming out from Aurora.
Radiant
I think in a
are
game like
scanning.
this, we should definitely like when we see there's a Radiant mid shaker coming through, we should pause the game. We should swap our observer on a wooden PC and just enjoy the chaos unfold when that nuclear bomb goes off in the triangle.
The PC might shut down itself. And then everybody press F on the stream.
But you really need to put the emphasis on how powerful that little moment is.
The earthquake is.
Jabs is in trouble. Jokum actually revealed Q. He's gonna get the toss under the tower. Jokum in trouble.
Oh, here
and
comes
they even
Dawn.
send the Solar Guardian, but it's a tad bit too late from WS. Won't be able to save him, but they bring in Palos. Palos is low on HP already as he joins in on the fight, and that's just gonna set up Mikoto, who gets that Sonic Wave onto 2. Oli gets killed as well, and this is gonna be a Queen of Pain show. Natsumi cleans up Jabs. And yeah, the individual playmaking power of these heroes. Suddenly, you're 4,000 gold ahead at 8 minutes with these 4 kills.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Yeah, that was really good coming out from Talon. They understand their strength. And also, I'm just a little bit unsure why Aurora decided to take this fight. Because I bet clearly he didn't have Echo Slap. And he's rushing for Dagger, so he's actually not too far away. If Aurora would just chill and wait until Shaker would take his Dagger, and they could make the play themselves. And also, you kind of want to dodge the Dawnbreaker timing, right? Like what I said in last game when Talon is running Spectre. I feel like one of the better plays against global hero is to play towards their lane instead of play towards the opposite lane of them, because they want to obviously use their global presence.
Yeah.
And if you're doing like what Aurora did for there was exactly playing into Talon's hand, like that's exactly what Dawnbreaker wanted to do. So instead of giving them that, why not run to the Dawnbreaker and create some pressure there? Because TA would not want to TP. TA would want to extend lane. So you know for sure if you go to Dawnbreaker's lane, TA is not going to come. And that's the top net worth hero from Talon's side.
And that should be Shaker Blink at 9 minutes for Abed. He can still turn the tide. Just need to find the right target. Or targets, in this case, when we talk about their AoE teamfight capability. Cuckoo is right nearby. Q's gonna walk into triple Satyrs. And of course, the Master.
I've already won.
That was satisfying.
That was satisfying. I mean, what kind of Satyrs picks up 3 Satyrs? Just to burn people's mana. Like, that's just... Ugh. I guess that's Cuckoo.
There's a kink, I feel like.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
What is the... Actually, talking about Chen, what do you think is the coolest combination of creeps you can have? I vote one Wild Wing Ripper, because I think the Tornado is just... Or Hurricane. I don't remember which one it is, Tornado or Hurricane. But it's such a good spell.
How about 2?
How about 2? How about 3? Q?
Oh yeah.
There's Mr. Mustachio chasing him around. Good old Warpine Raider has got some ill thoughts. And another Satyr by Cuckoo. Get the slow on Ollie. Natsumi just needs a bit more, and that Melt Strike will seal the deal. TA really getting out of hands here.
Dire's bottom
Yeah.
tower is under attack.
That's what a strong TA could do. You just offer your team so much more than what an ordinary carry can, right? Oh, Abed.
Oh, that is a painful death
Okay.
for Abed, but he did not see that one coming.
Jabs has
Mikoto
Echo though.
on the chase onto Jabs. Yeah, I don't think Jabs is getting the chance to use it. Q tries to help him out. Now Palos, can he deal some damage? Looks like he's also going to be on the run. There's just too many hostiles in the area. He got stuck on the stair and wasn't able to get the Starbreaker connection on WS.
Mikoto is gonna finish him. Arcane Rune.
An attempt was made, at least. Nice stun from Jokum. The toss under the tier 2 tower. That's going to start to hurt. Palos dies, and Q might follow. Double kill for Natsumi, who shows up to help out the boys. So the very moment Aurora thinks they've got the kills, they've got this Natsumi TA showing up out of nowhere. And 10,000 gold. This gold lead is increasing by 1,000 gold per minute. They gotta stop the bleeding somehow, and Jokum is making a bit of a joke out of him.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Looking for the high five. He should
Smack.
be okay. Soon.
Blink
That's
ready.
coming out very soon.
Into the carapace. Into the fissure. And there we go. That is
That was close.
such a long chase. Space created.
Absolutely. I mean, while they are chasing the next TA was just farming their entire triangle. So I really like how Nasumi is playing this game, just putting maximum pressure through his lane. That is exactly what you should be doing when you have a very good matchup.
Radiant's
Just
top tower
don't
is
back
under
farm,
attack.
keep farming forward, keep being in front of the enemy's map.
Dire
Of
are
course, calculate your
scanning.
risk as well. I feel like Nasumi has done a pretty good job so far this game.
Kindred bounty.
Yeah, really excelling on net worth. And same thing for this Queen of Pain, Mikoto. I feel like he's only been playing good Queen of Pains today. Ollie, good night.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Usually you get frustrated where Nyx Assassin has the Dagon by now and gets a kill early on. There is, of course, a Queen of Pain Dagon in this case.
Yeah, it's gonna be a sad leech this game.
Radiant's
Playing
middle
to
tower
we
is
talk about this
under
TA plus Nyx Assassin
Dire's
combination.
bottom tower is under attack.
It's gonna feel damn hard right now to even step out of your base without any sentries. So Leech is gonna be poorer and poorer. Tiny is gonna be, you know, even after Tiny gets his dagger, it's gonna be. I must imagine it's gonna be hard for him to find any openings because it feels like he's just getting stalked by this Invis Nyx around, and you never know where he is, and there's traps too.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
They're playing for the 40-minute wisdom rune here.
Is under attack.
Poor Enigma is trying to stop them all by himself. Yeah, sending some Dire scans forward. They don't actually see anybody on the Dire rune. So Talon happy to stick around, take one for Cuckoo, take the other for WS.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Shocking.
So this time we got 2 Warpine Raiders and a Hadouken creep.
Shocking.
Okay, I'll bet.
Ooh, not
The
again.
shoot rune though. Not gonna be
They're
enough.
really holding on to that Sonic Wave. They're like, I don't need to use it here. Echo Slam is forced for the kill. The Chen ult is a bit late from Cuckoo. So he decides to sack the Nyx Assassin instead. And Op-Ed TP's away. For a moment, it looked like Tiny might have tossed him and canceled his teleport. But he does actually get out.
There was a bit of a hesitation there coming up from Mikoto. First of all, he stopped the initial channel of Sonic Wave, and it allowed Shaker to use his ulti to kill Nyx, and then after that he missed his Sonic Wave on Shaker,
Radiant are
and
scanning.
Abe was just like making it out barely.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Well, important Op-Ed doesn't die there because it still keeps him on track to get that Agonism time. Like, he had a 9-minute blink, and he's gotten an Ogre Club since. Okay, he did finish the power treads. It was a basically naked brown boots rush.
Yeah.
But it's going to take a while to finish it, and you don't really have that much room to farm on the map. At least they're able to find the Chen. And that bottom T1 tower has been holding for a surprisingly long time.
I think that's one thing that Dawn doesn't really give you is the tower push.
Radiant's
Because
top
for you
tower
to do
is
that, you
under
need to
attack.
drag waves. You know, drag waves are away from the tower so that your creeps can naturally take down the tower. But it's not the most efficient way to do so. I like how they were just camping the ops and just trying to defend their areas. I think right now, not only you need to hit creeps, but you need to kind of get some kills in return as well to slowly climb your way back to the game. And you need to play with a very opportunist mindset right now, because Talon, they are not gonna give a lot of those very soon. They are looking to go to Roche soon, and maybe with the
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Chen auras coming up, they might just run
on
down
the hunt
very
onto
quickly.
Palos.
Radiant's bottom
She's definitely up to no good. And here comes the Dawnbreaker. Get the stun on Palos, but the
Frost.
Frost Shield is in place. That Lich ulti, unfortunately, doesn't really connect on anything, but it buys time for Palos to run away. And Aurora, do they have a chance to turn? That fissure, however, ends up blocking their pathing for some reason because there's the trees in between. They won't fully get themselves top of that Dawnbreaker.
Okay, they have double blink coming out now. Enigma has one, Tiny has another. So this may be their chance to make a surprise play on Talon. They do have smoke ready too. Just whether or not they want to go right now, or do they want to wait for a little bit more. Because the lanes are shoving into their face at the moment. If they press the smoke now, it might be a bit too obvious. But if you don't press the smoke now, it might be too late because they are doing Roche on Talon's side. Are you happy to play into Roche? Maybe not.
Thought with maybe the Solar Guardian down, they might give it a try, but not sure if the Enigma is really ready for the challenge. His net worth isn't really that that impressive. Jabs at 6k, and no real lane to push, no jungle camp to farm. It's all going for the Shaker and the Gyrocopter at this stage of the game, so someone's game has to be sacked, and unfortunately for the Enigma, it's him.
I don't think I've seen such a rich TA in a long while. 18 minutes and 12k net worth. This is like some Alchemist net worth.
Yeah,
And he has been
sick.
Yeah, and he, you know, unlike Alchemist, he's actually putting a lot of pressure on enemy side. So not only his farm, he's also contributing a lot to the team. Yoakum?
He's been spotted by the sentry. Or at least a nearby sentry, because they do see him coming, but they don't get to read when he exactly jumps on him.
The blade mail.
The blade mail, yeah.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Another good find from the Nick.
We haven't been playing around that side of the map a lot because there's 3 bounties sitting right next to the TA.
Shocking.
Shocking indeed. Nothing really working for Aurora here in game 2.
Yeah, not as much. They do have the dagger for about 2 minutes already, but haven't been able to find much. And that's the consequence of falling behind against the Knicks and the TA. Is every single move feels extraordinary hard.
And now we can finally maybe come to a bit of a conclusion of Talon actually made this draft, at least up to this point, work really, really well. They've done their first objective of the game, which is crunch Aurora. Now they can just continue to control the game from here. It's up to them. How do they end that game? Still have to face the black hole that has been unused. But there will be a time. There's a time and place for everything.
Yeah, I feel like the question you need to ask is that, does Aurora have enough damage to bring down Talon, even though, you know, even if you get caught by the Enigma? Because I feel like you do have Chan, right? And there's also Dawnbreaker. There's quite a pretty healthy amount of heal that you can get. So, do you want
Dawn. They see the Tormentor attempt.
Oh, Era so low.
Getting too old for this horse shit.
Oh, they are working for BKB. TA is just 100 gold away from the BKB, and once they have that, I think they are gonna try to get more objective away from our side.
Are scattered.
Also, still 1 piece needed for this Ags on the Shaker. Would be the item to save his day. Not sure if they need to fight before it's finished. That's always the awkward feeling, right? Like, do you take a fight to finish an item, but you also risk the loss of finishing it late? And they set themselves a nice trap for the Nyx Assassin. The rocket's gonna follow, and a tree's gonna follow. They're sending everything at this bug,
away.
and he can just blink away.
Yeah, he
And
got a heal
even return the stun onto the gyro, allowing Mikoto to jump in, knowing that these supports are vulnerable. And they take down 2. Abed TP's away. And looks like they also did get the gyrocopter to safety.
Radiant's top tower is under
that was so unfortunate for Aurora. I think they read the move pretty well. They were camping the Nyx with their sentry, but unfortunately not enough damage to take him down. He got healed by Hand of God at the last minute.
Radiant's
Then
top
the
tower
team
is
was
under
there
attack.
to return fire.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Net worth lead continues to grow for Talon. They do have that Aegis, but they are respecting Aurora enough not to charge blindly onto the high ground. This is the part of boring Dota wins you games. Take it nice and smooth. Mikoto acting as a ward. He's gonna see enemies nearby. Does he get the Nyx Assassin to join in on the party? He's gonna go straight up to Abed. Here comes Jokum. There's the Sonic Wave. And Jabs just throwing in a casual stun. It's targeted by Jokum instantly. Mikoto finishes off Abed. All they need is just to spot this Enigma one more time. He throws at the black hole, but there's a Carapace from Jokum. Beautifully timed. Jabs will fall. There's the Solar Guardian right on top of Oli. It will chase him to the end. Mikoto and WS will clean him up as well. Make that 3 casualties. Gyro and Tiny, they don't want to be a part of anything that just happened. Good reaction from the Nyx Assassin, reading and suspecting that we're kind of deep under the tower. I think this is a good moment to Carapace, just in case of black hole, and it was perfectly right.
Yeah, the switch target was really beautiful from Jokim as well. He understands that, alright, the Shaker is probably gonna just clean up by the pop, so I just switched to Enigma. Palos, BKB.
Natsumi in a bit of trouble here. That Aegis has already expired, so he has to back away.
Up, though.
There's the Echo Slam coming out as well from Abed, but only to minute effect, as they will lose him. Mikoto and WS hold the front. Natsumi continues to smash down the tower. Valuable attempt, timing that Aegis expiral, but just not enough. Could have maybe needed a black hole or something.
That was painful by Abed. He literally just respawned, went straight to the fight, get an echo, and then die straight away.
Yeah.
I believe that was Carapace that reflect the damage too. That's why Abed got stunned right after Echo Slam.
Yeah.
So again, very timely usage of spells coming out from Jokum.
Yeah, a bit of a throwing bodies at your enemy type of scenario with Aurora. And especially with that Ags already ready on the Dawnbreaker, it does not bode any good news for this Gyrocopter. Hard game. But Talon at least showing again why this team is so frightening to play against when it comes to these wilder drafts.
Yeah, that is very true. I think that decision making has been very on point this game. They played through their winning lanes, which is something that a lot of strong teams they do. Oh, do they have stuns? Not this time.
TP Council just right now. Ollie will die. Jokum finds another target. He's been a part of 17 of the 24 kills on this Nyx Assassin.
Really making his presence felt this game.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And that is also the last tier 2 tower. So they're playing a TA lineup, playing ahead. They know when Roshan is going to spawn. So if it is a quick one, that could just be their signal to march towards the high ground after they pick it up. And Abed, falling in the top lane again, just dies to the Blade Mail.
Yeah, at least this time he was able to finish off the Agony. So
Finally.
dying was not completely wasted.
It's been such a painful process, right? Like, he's been building this Axe for over 10 minutes. Natsumi is going to get Black Cold. Now they've got the damage to clean up a pretty big kill, but the healing and Cuckoo helping him out. Mikoto intervenes, and this TA just refuses to die. Oli dead, and Q as well. Make it another 3 for Talon.
Wouldn't be surprised if Aurora just decides that, alright, let's go game 3.
Yeah, I think they might want to try the Axe on the Shaker one more time, but
okay.
I think you're right. Like, this is pretty GG territory at this moment. You're gonna have to make the Hail Mary.
That was probably the best opening that they had on TA in the whole game. That was without Solar Guardian, but only the healing itself from Chen was able to build him out. So, power of Chen, Guardian Greaves, Head of God, everything.
Out healing a Black Hole. +1. That was also the Gyro dishing out damage. Meanwhile, an 80 Queen of Pain and a fresh Natsumi. They pretty much 4 or 5 hit this Gyrocopter to death. Mikoto already going on to the next target. Jokum also coming in. Jane Frost, well, it's gonna get leashed into Cuckoo's army. And then it, for some weird reason, jumps the creep wave instead of the heroes. So not even a little bit of fortune going Aurora's way.
Is under attack. Radiant's
And there we have it.
top
GG. We're going to a game 3. Dominance from
are
Talon.
under attack.
Yeah, I had doubts about their draft, but wow, they executed them really, really well. And that kind of explains why I'm here sitting, casting their game instead of playing. So really good, solid, and very amazing and solid decision making coming out from Talon, I would say. And first of all, they had the winning. I think the silver lining here is that Aurora, they do have pretty good saves coming out from their side. They have the Solar Guardian. They also can pick up early shot from Slug as well, just to prevent them from all in and killing this sniper in the get-go. So if they are able to do that nicely on point, they might be able to just turn things around. So we'll see. The only thing that I feel like Talon has a very obvious advantage over Aurora is the Roshan ability. Like, I don't see Aurora's draft doing Roshan easily at all, unless the team wipe Talon. But Talon can easily just stick up Roshan anytime they want.
I love how Palos is running around with that sentry ward given. Oh, sorry, the ops ward given. Trying to scout for the ward, but there isn't a ward yet, my friend. And I think he's trying to fool them around a little bit here as well. They're looking at the hero. Where did he put that ward down? Q is on the other side. He's going to run into a gank train. It's a bit split, though, because it's only Jokum. So he'll get a warning sign. So no first
The
blood
battle
fight this time around.
begins.
Okay, game 3. Understandable, right? Like, teams, they don't really want to have the same... What happened last game was that Talon get first blood, and then for one this. So I'm pretty sure that Aurora doesn't want to give that anymore.
There's only
Just
one
want to start
word that there's only one word that comes to mind, and that's sissies.
You want to play the game in a fair way. Don't want to put yourself into like impossible scenarios to come back from.
Off we go. It's actually been a while since I've seen a Slark in action.
That's true, yeah.
Not your
Definitely.
go-to carry hero, at least, because I think we're getting a bit dulled with all the DKs and the alchemists these days.
And this is why I'm worried for the Slug, because you are playing into two very spammable lanes, Wild Access and also Shuriken Toss. So he's gonna have to buy a lot of regenerations here. And we know that Slug lanes are usually very volatile. It's either you own the lane completely or you are a piece of shit.
Yeah.
So Carlos has to play this lane very carefully, I would say.
Yeah, just throwing in that shuriken and the axes, just not very enjoyable for Palos. And try and hide in those trees, my friend, for the regeneration. The one good thing that the Slark has in this lane, and even that is taken away by those axes destroying all the vegetation around him. Honestly, I think you could just win this lane with the Beastmaster by playing it into, like, remember when you play against a Dream Protector, you cut down all the trees? And just, you know, go into the lane, Quelling Blade everything down, and there's no hiding place for the Slark to regenerate.
Yeah, that's definitely very viable.
Mikoto,
lane.
very low on HP here. So Abed has been fighting it out. It looks like he is also going to have his Water Rune taken away by Q, and Abed takes the other. Luckily, he has the regen coming off of his courier. It's not a completely desperate situation.
Yeah, I think this is exactly where you are gonna take the next bounty run coming out from Mikoto, and this guy is gonna have a very hard 2 minutes or 1.5 minutes. And Nyx is one of the better heroes to do so without losing much efficiency.
Oh, kick under the tower.
Okay.
Abed. Mikoto, instant damage, and Jokum Oh, the sentry placed down by Abed. Wants to try and kill Jokum, but it doesn't look like he's going to have such luck. And he's just going to let Mikoto have the kill. What a gentleman. The first blood. And that's worthy of a tip to his buddy. Is like, you can have it, my friend. You've earned it with that kick.
That was such a great turnaround. Really good communication coming out from both sides here. Like, first of all, is that Kill went to, came to control Rune, and then after Mikoto found a really great opening and followed up with the instant TP. So this really explains, the reason why these two teams are one of the best in Southeast Asia. It's because of these very small details that they are able to communicate about and execute well.
Yeah. Fortunate for Mikoto is he was looking for that bottle refill. The Edge was told to take that bounty away. So Earthsmith is going to have to return back to the mid lane with no bottle refill for himself. But so far so good. Everybody is enjoying farm.
The only question is who is enjoying it more and who is able to make the first move with all this very good farm. I would say that WS, I think the one thing that Aurora needs to be careful is the stacks coming out from Beastmaster. They do have pretty decent heroes to contest that. Dawnbreaker ulti and also Eng. So they might be, they could plan some kind of contest there if they want to.
Yeah, I think if there's one thing that could go really well for Talon here in this laning stage is if WS gets to a good start, because it's really down to his item timings when a lot of things then start to happen, because it's such a huge boost if you go the Aghanims route on this hero. He still has a couple other options if he doesn't want to build the Axe this game, but I would definitely go it if I was him.
Yeah, especially when you're playing Wild Axes, right? You know that you have the ability to flash from triangle, so the Aghanims is probably going to come a lot faster than before than usual.
I've seen traditional drums being built in some games. They skip the Ags and just pick drums of endurance and look for boots of bearing. That also does give you a nice gap closer. But there's not particularly like a warlock in this game, so it's not really needed.
Yeah, I think though that's the one thing that you benefit from playing with Bounty, right? Like we said before, Bounty can be the one buying all the auras so that you don't have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, so in this case he might just skip the drums and go for some bigger items.
What's your opinion on this bounty skin, by the way? It is one of the newer ones.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Really looks like a rat now.
True. A real rat.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
He has fluffy hat too. Have you seen a rat that wears a hat?
Didn't actually recognize it at first, but now that you say it. Very cautious, at least here in the mid lane. We got level 6 up on Abed. And the first rune is going to be spawning. We've got numbers brought in. It's going to be the top rune spawning, and Nyx is already there to protect it. Abed will be the one to pick it up. Koda won't be able to challenge. It's just an illusion rune. It's not exactly the biggest of pickups.
Yeah, it's an acceptable rune to be given up for. Okay, I like this. Like, this is what we talk about in draft, right? Like, you have this picture where Ange is able to bring a baby to the mid lane, and Sniper will, if he has a good matchup, which he has in this case. Actually, not, right? Oh, I'm surprised that Sniper is not having a lead in Spirit. Spirit is 300 ahead of the Sniper. Interesting.
Yeah, probably the first blood actually.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yes,
Yes.
quite
I
a lot.
about
Like,
yeah.
it's usually, like, you could get a first blood in the melee versus range matchup as a melee hero, and you still wouldn't actually have a net worth lead against your opponent. So Mikoto actually being ahead with it is doing a pretty good job. And now he finds a kill on Oli. Jokum was forced away from the Radiant Wisdom rune. That has to be your #1 suspect on the map, that bounty hunter. It's probably somewhere where he shouldn't be.
Yeah. Also, Nyx is naturally pretty good into EP heroes right now because of his innit. He will be able to scout out the Invis units. So, pretty good into the bounty nowadays.
Gotta love the
Pretty slow
empty inventory Mana Boots Nyx assassin.
Yeah.
It looks so poor.
No null, no
Dire's
iron
bottom
branches,
tower is
nor
under attack.
wind lace, so he knows his mission.
Yeah, nothing.
Get the arcane boost, accept, and try to farm.
Alright, here we're gonna have the first global presence of the Dawnbreaker, and that is an important kill to have. Slow down this Beastmaster. Jokum, though, he's keeping tabs for Makoto, but they run into a sentry, and ta-da! Suddenly you are the one in trouble. Pulverize is dropped onto 3, onto 4 maybe, but the Sniper Assassinate is a bit too much to deal with, and Makoto is also down. Cuckoo late for the party.
Yeah, that was a good move coming out from Aurora. I think this is exactly how you want to play. You want to bait the enemy to have stacks, and then make the first move to contest their stacks, and exactly what they did there. They also did it in night time, so this is usually when Slug is quite strong. And I like Palos. Like so far, he has been very active in all 3 games in this series, and this time it paid off very huge. He also went for the early out of corrosion as well, which you don't see a lot of Slug go for nowadays. Because normally you go for a fast defuse. But in this game, it seems like he wants to go for the Mage Slayer just to be a little bit more tanky and in front of the teamfight to protect his sniper.
Yeah,
in a way.
it's such a good Mage Slayer game, right? Because if this Earth Spirit is ever going to get to a good start, that Mage Slayer just takes away so much.
Similar to the Beastmaster.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's
So many
middle
good
tower
uses
is
of
under
it. The
attack.
downside for the Slark is he isn't the best to apply that debuff. It's not like your Ember Spirits who apply it on every target that he hits
Radiant's
with a
bottom
simple
tower
press of a
is under
W.
attack.
You're gonna have to hunt those targets down to get that debuff off, and that can sometimes drop the value. But on a high priority target, like the Earth Spirit, for example, that he can put it and try to kill the hero in the process, that is a good one to have this game.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think the best moments where he can use it is that when
Dire's
Beastmaster
bottom
or
tower
Spirit
is
commits on
under
him,
attack.
and he can always choose to just like hit the target in front of him one time, and they'll lose a lot of damage output. And in this case, he was able to build his essence shift up, and then be like, you know, we both want to play long fight, but I'm much stronger than you in long fight because I'm a Salak.
Break of Dawn, and that does reveal the stacks, and Palos is already going straight to work, and WS says, no! Those are mine! But at least there wasn't a lot to farm. But they really need to keep these stacks protected. Or farmed at least before Aurora takes them away.
Yeah, I like how Slug is just positioning himself on the map in a really aggressive way, knowing that he will always have the backup from Dawnbreaker. And I think this is how you buy enough info for your Dawnbreaker and also Sniper. Because you know that you are not the true post 1 here in this game. So Slug has to act like kind of like a post 2 hero, which is why you see him invading jungle, you see him picking gate, another time picking gate right now from Palos. They really want to make something happen on this top lane.
So Natsumi they go. Got that armlet ready, but there's too much uncontrollable damage to try an armlet toggle. Palos on the hunt for Cuckoo, but Cuckoo's a bit too far away for him to catch. That should open up that T1 tower from top. Aurora off to a good start here. I mean, I think they've already done enough from looking at this Beastmaster's net worth that he hasn't really won his lane, he hasn't taken the tower, and he should have, if he's done all these things, he should have an Axe coming up in about a minute or a minute and a half. And the last time I saw, I think he only had one component towards it, so this is not going to be the fastest Drums of Slom.
Yeah, not at all.
It's still a good timing, but it's not like the shock value of like, oh, this Beastmaster is going to dominate the game.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like this is where both Beastmaster and DK, they kind of need help too. Like both of them need help hitting creeps. And there's only so many support that you can give to your cores. So someone will have to suffer a bit of a slow timing. And I think this is where you kind of have to choose like who do we want to sack and who do we want to prioritize helping to have a good game. And in this case, it seems like you can see Jokum just like positioning himself around Beastmaster, making sure that if anyone comes to Beastmaster, I will be dying for him first.
Radiant are scanning.
So what do you think Aurora wants to do then? Like, as he said, the Slark kind of working as this scout taking initiative early on. Do you think they want to also fight early with this
Dire's
lineup? Just
bottom
keep
tower
on,
is under
you know,
attack.
maybe let's put it this way, like a mini snowball.
Yeah, I would say so. I would think that Aurora right now they want to look for small pickups. They want to kill heroes here and there so that they can start building their advantage bit by bit. Because normally in daytime you don't want to commit too hard.
Dire's bottom
Normally
tower is
daytime,
under
nighttime
attack.
is when you want to go really ham on the Slark. So here, yeah, this is where they just identify which are the weak lanes coming out from Talon. Let's attack them there. Let's take it step by step. I
Invade
like the
another
Abed
stack.
joining. Yeah, I like the Abed joining this.
Yeah, this is a bit rough for the Beastmaster. He's been stacking these camps a couple times, and they're again stolen by Aurora.
Yeah, I think this is as important or as good as killing the Beastmaster himself. Because Beastmaster feel like he's so inefficient at this moment. So inefficient. Compared to his normal tempo, he probably have to have this Aghanims delayed by 3 minutes, and 3 minutes in Dota is a lot. Q is up for a hunt.
Yeah, all the T1 towers gone. I think they have a lot of free reign on the map right now as Aurora. DK is still on top of net worth at least. Like, his farming pace should still be on par. But he cannot lose this map too early. They can't afford to have this map shrink. Which is why they are looking for any small pick-off from Aurora invading. Enchantress, unfortunately, is not a good target.
Is under attack.
Q sees Jokum. Valuable information coming in for Aurora, and Palos on the hunt for WS. Just TP out, seeing the pounds go off.
Oh, I think if Jabs pressed his ulti instantly, he might be able to make a stop TP in time. But that needs to be a very instant reaction coming out from Jabs, and it's gonna be a close call. But anyway, forcing Beastmaster back is also a pretty huge achievement by itself. I think, and if anything, it feels like Beastmaster is always on the reactive side of things. Like, he was not able to make his own move at all in 50 minutes in the game. So this is already taking away a lot of the strengths of this hero.
It's a pretty rough game to play this bounty. He does have that mechanism lined up. Extra bit of heal. Might just
Haven't
be what
been
they
able to
need.
achieve too much right now.
Oh,
Yes!
troublesome for WS, and here comes the Solar Guardian as well. Jabs to secure the kill on WS. And was that his axe ready?
I am not sure. I couldn't really see it because we haven't checked on the Beastmaster.
I haven't
yet.
looked if it was in the Beastmaster's inventory.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, he has it
Dire's
now
bottom tower
if he
is
wants
under
to.
attack.
So minute 16 Aghanims, definitely
Radiant's
not the
top
most
tower
ideal.
is under attack.
But at least it does give you some kind of tools to play around right now. So I would imagine Aurora.
Makoto, Jokum and the boys trying to
Defend
look
the
for a
jungle.
kill for Talon. Make it a third. They can't let Oli just TP out. Makoto still has that role available, so he'll clean him up.
A costly one though, because they had to invest monetize for this one.
At least it's a track kill. You can always,
True.
if you make a mistake in life, you can always console yourself with the fact that, hey, at least it was track.
Oh, Mikoto, can he get out of this?
Oh no.
Oh,
Valuable
Very well
attempt,
done.
but not quite enough. That pounce is deadly. +1 as well, diving under a tower. Talon, however, at least find an opening to take down this Roshan, so scouting enemy movement down in the bottom lane opens up at least a second life, and I think, yes, that should definitely go for the Beastmaster. You got to get something out of this axe now.
yeah, you have to get something going. It's a good decision to go to the Russian. I think Aurora was completely unaware of it. So let's see how they are able to make use of
Dire's
this.
bottom tower
Aegis right now. It does feel like it might be an Aegis that is just used to recover, because I'm not sure if Dagger is still as strong as a timing for the Beastmaster. He might actually have to just go for BKB in this case, like since Aurora is already this big.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And also the anti-heal effect from that Mage Slayer.
Yeah. Auto corrosion too.
Something positive for Talon is the fact that this DK has been free farming. Natsumi has been uninterrupted throughout this entire game, you could almost say. So there is the late game goggles have been put on Talon fans.
This is where Palos is so strong. Nighttime with the freshly picked up Aghanim's. They are looking to just be in front of the map of Talons, making sure that they are not being able to farm freely. Get zoned out of their triangle as well. So this is where they just have to kind of stick together like this, right? And I'm pretty sure they feel bad as well because they are the one that is having Aegis. They want to be the aggressor here, but they are just simply not allowed to.
Right.
Unless they find the timing to walk as 5.
That's true, but Arthur, I have to ask you a serious question. Can Talon pull off the reverse intro, boys? Like they start off weak and they finish strong.
They are definitely hoping so. I can still see the potential of them doing this thing because after all, it's a DK lineup. I think they have enough enabling for a DK this game. So yeah, as long as they have good enough items, pick enough good fights, I still think that this game, they are in the hands of turning it around with the DK.
All right. The seed of faith has been planted. Let's see if it grows into anything.
They have the tools to fight now. BKB down on DK. He's eyeing out for a dagger. So they could either just take some powers now and launch their map a little bit, which is really, really important because they haven't got any tier 1 yet. So that's gonna help them breathe a lot more.
Yeah. Gotta start somewhere. And it all starts with the first tower falling. Sub 20 minutes.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Probably onto more as well. We do look at Natsumi's inventory. You've got the Armlet BKB, Mask of Madness. As you mentioned, the Blinks coming up for both the Beast and the DK. And then suddenly they're a whole different force.
Yeah, when you have the double BKB blink timing, I think that's gonna give you a very good boost to get this very squishy sniper.
They spot the Nyx. That doesn't take them too long to maybe finish him off. That's a bit of healing there from the Solar Guardian. Cuckoo and Jokum disappear, and Natsumi could use some backup. WS is just waiting for his time, and he roars the backline onto the sniper. Can they take him down? Abed stands his ground. Aegis is down. Natsumi hammers away, and Mikoto with the magnetize coming into play, and they might be able to stretch this fight just long enough. Good Talon fight. Cleaning things up. Ollie with the spears tries to take down WS. He's got him, and it's all the way to Palos having to run away from the fight momentarily, but he's still hunting Mikoto. It's not over yet. There's a Slark right behind the Earth Spirit. Spotted by the Watcher, though. And so that fight turns out to be far more even than you might actually think, based on what we've seen this game.
Yeah, there was a very good chance that Talon was able to capitalize on. I think that is very, very needed. Like even they didn't get any objective away from this, right? But they were getting like very crucial kills on both Dawnbreaker and also Sniper. I think WS was so patient. The Slug was right in front of him, but he understands that his priority is not the Slug, is the Sniper. So he went on Sniper, and it was a close call, but they managed to do the job. It's gonna be harder though because Slug, like we said earlier, he could always just get the early shot and protect the Sniper, and he has already gotten that. So the next fight might not be so direct for Talon anymore. I feel like the fights are gonna be quite complicated.
Yeah.
For both sides.
It's always the shock and awe effect of not fighting for a while and getting surprised by the amount of damage that your opponent can do. It's definitely a real thing. Now we've got the Axe ready on Dawnbreaker, so that's gonna make things a lot harder for this DK to kill people again.
Yeah, I would say that they need to make sure the chain stuns are there, the burst damage and the follow-up are there, because if they miss it, you can the target can always be saved by the Dawnbreaker ulti and the shard of Slark. So you gotta make sure that you are on point with those ganks. The turnaround potential here from Aurora is incredibly high. Not so high for the side of Talon. I'm really liking this Solar Crest pickup from Lich. I think always love to see Solar Crest together with DK, and if you couple that up with the Frost Shoot, you're playing into like 2 physical cores, maybe 3 if you count Dawn as one. So it's not gonna be easy for them to take on DK as well. Really rely on the Ange to dispel the Frost Shoot and also
2 simultaneous fights happening at the same time as well. Hunting down Cuckoo and trying to hunt the Dawnbreaker. Mikoto and Joe come right nearby. There's the roll in. He's trying to Solar Guardian herself out, but gets silenced by the Geomagnetic Grip. And here comes Palos, and he puts down the save and allows the TP cancel as well. Mikoto can run away. Palos also blocks the exit from Mikoto, and that's a really close call. And he's trying his absolute hardest, but it just doesn't work for him. Oh, Palos to the rescue. And then returning the favor on this Dawnbreaker to cancel the TP off of the Earth Spirit. Palos blocking the exit. That was beautiful to watch.
That was really good teamwork there. That was exactly what we were talking about. The turnaround potential from Aurora, and it happened instantly. So really good heads up play coming up from Slark. Really good heads up play coming up from Dawn as well to instantly use the ult to cancel the BKB TP. I feel like that's one thing that people always forget until you got hit by it once. That Dawnbreaker ulti is able to cancel the TP.
Oh, they got the stun on the Slark. Does he just go straight from 100 to 0?
Okay.
WS.
The gem. Take the gem. Alright. Big kill.
Big damage. That was the surprise element coming in from Natsumi's right-click damage with this DK.
A little bit careless there from Palos. Farming just a little bit too aggressive in front of the enemy tier 2. Should have respected the enemy a little bit more. But yeah, with this taking away the gem, I think it means a lot. But wait, is there another gem? Because didn't DK took out a gem, or did Nyx took it away before they managed to?
So Q has a gem, but there's not one in the Dire Fountain.
Okay, so Nyx was able to retrieve it before Dire was able to.
Yeah, so this is this is Ollie's gem on Nyx Assassin. Yeah.
Okay, that's a good job for Kia. Very good job from Kia. Just losing this gem is gonna mean that you lose all your vision advantage, and Nyx is gonna feel a little bit harder to move on the map. Slug is gonna feel like his advantage is not that strong anymore, and it's because it's being dispelled by this gem.
On the hunt here, Nyx Assassin popping the scuttle, charging forward onto Cuckoo. There's the stun from Q. Palos missing the jump, but doesn't matter. He will get Ollie. Oh, sorry, they will get Cuckoo. Ollie is the one to get the kill.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Also,
most importantly, Slug gets the primary energy. That's what he's there for.
Yeah. And Roshan is up in 10 seconds, so we're talking about the banner Roshan this time around. However, there are still tier 2s on both sides of the map. So that high ground push is going to be a bit difficult to consider. More about the Aegis than the banner at this point.
A late diffuser pickup by Slug here. Pretty interesting. I do think there's a lot of value in this mana burn. It's just normally you don't see a Slug skip the diffuser blade in the early and then go back to it again. So pretty interesting pickup here by Palos. I guess eventually you want to get yourself to the upgraded diffuser blade, and I think that's gonna help you dispel, and also you are not able to slow. You are not slowed by the enemy for a couple of seconds, and that dispersal is gonna help you get away from Manatize pretty efficiently. Value is there.
This is a pretty fast Roshan. I was for a moment thinking that can they actually take this Rosh down quickly enough, and looks like they can. Sniper with the S and Y. Abed really wants to recover from those stuns as soon as possible. He knows that Dragon Tail and the Roar are the two things that can screw up his game. So I really like the idea of not just dodging and building BKBs, but S and Y. Like, it is the item with the status resistance.
Oh, they
The
see
blink in
Sniper
as
showing
well.
on
They
it.
find Palos once again. There's the Guardian, but it's not enough. They will lose one and maybe even another as Jabs is going to get... First he gets rooted, and he also gets just poked around, kicked around by Mikoto, toying with his food. So Aurora, you might get the Aegis for yourself, but again, just Palos and the quick reaction from Natsumi.
Yeah, another time Palos was not able to survive from that. I think that is at the meantime.
Don't do a Q.
Like, he's really tempted. You can see
He sure is.
that decision making though was really on point from Talon. They were guessing that someone might just TP mid to receive the wave, so they would be in a 4 vs 5 scenario for a brief second, and they capitalized on it super well. Meanwhile, WS is getting stopped.
Sentry
here.
down on the ground. Didn't get hit by the Shuriken slow. He popped the Carapace hoping that this bounty is going to get stunned, but it was just a track. And Abed would have had an AD rune. It's the right call for Talon to move away from the enemy territory when the team is not around.
So what's the plan of Aurora here? I feel like the worst thing that you can do is to lose some heroes right after you take Aegis, because all of a sudden the enemy gets to equalize the map, which is what they are able to do. Mid lane was pushed, bottom lane is also pushed as well. So suddenly Aurora feels that we are strong, but we do not have the map to really capitalize on what, to really make use of the Aegis.
Yeah, I think that's the worst thing that can happen, right? When you're holding an Aegis and you just lose initiative.
Yes.
That basically wastes the entire Aegis duration by the time everything's back to normal. So they do want to play this cautiously and not overzealously.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Trying
under
to fight
attack.
through this backdoor protection might just be one of those things because Abed, well, they don't know how many heroes are standing behind him. And Talon have 3 heroes in the bottom half of the map currently, or actually moving towards mid, that is. So it looks like they're just going to have to let this tier 2 tower go.
Dire's structures are fortified.
And they used the fortified. Okay.
Radiant's middle tower
Very
is
good
under
usage of
attack.
fortification, just like
Dire are
further
scanning.
delay the timing
Dire's
for
top
Aurora.
tower
Like
is
they've
under
spent
attack.
for the last 1.5 minutes on the top lane just trying to take down these tier 2 towers.
Yeah.
And that is not the most efficient way to use Aegis. But they have no choice, right, because of the mistake they made earlier. They feel like they need to make a map progress
Dire's
by
top
taking down these
tower
tier 2.
has fallen.
So the Break of Dawn did give them the info, but what's happening? Sniper TP to the mid lane, and there might be a fight breaking loose. Talon is on the hunt. But unfortunate for them, they weren't able to cut Aurora off before. Otherwise, that could have been a 4 versus 5 fight without the Aegis carrier.
That is lesson learned from Aurora. They see the sniper TP down mid and they instantly run through a sniper.
Dire's middle tower
Not staying
is
away
under
from sniper anymore.
Palos! Stun locked again! It's a 3rd time in a row, and now Sniper's in trouble as well. Trying to dish out damage on Mikoto, but he's shooting
Nice
into
man.
a blade mail. Has to focus on another target. WS is low on HP as well. Palos returns with the buyback. He's had enough. He does not want to see another fight lost because of him dying first. So that buyback does credit them with 2 pretty big kills. Will lose Jabs at least in the process. I have to say that felt like a bit of a frustration buyback in a way.
Dire's middle tower is under
Yeah,
attack.
that's for sure. But a good decision though. Like,
But
they
a good
really need to
decision, yes.
Yes, they really need to capitalize on this. And I think he knows his role. Like he's not the carry in this game. Sniper is the carry.
Dire's middle tower
So
is
him
under
sacrificing himself to enable the sniper is actually okay. But they do have to take
Dire's
some
middle tower
some
has
objectives here
fallen.
in return for the buyback, because otherwise that would be a painful one.
The only way I can actually justify that buyback is because they still have a mid C1.
Yes.
Literally
Crazy.
because of the lack of push
Dire's middle
from the
tower
Talon
is under
side
attack.
that they haven't been able to do because Aurora has had control over the map. They're able to do things like this, that they can buy back to a T1 tower and continue the fight.
It's not an easy decision at all to buy back in scenarios like this, because there's, normally we only normalize buyback in our brain for late game scenarios, for core at least. But yeah, to be able to do that, I think Palos, it shows you the understanding of Palos, what he needs to do this game, his role this game for the sniper. He has to play a lot more careful right now though. I would maybe suggest a Lincoln.
Not a bad idea. Something that allows a dispel. Or at least a way to react. It seems like these stuns are coming in so quickly that he just doesn't get the chance to pop his Dark Pact. Or his ult. Excuse me if I don't see anything because I have a cat on my monitor right now. And actually just unplugged one of my monitors, so thank you.
Okay, nothing much is happening here.
Alright.
Palos is trying to make some plays, but Mikoto read it and rolling border away.
Alright, we're back in action. A little bit of comedy.
That's that's the daily chaos that the cat can bring you.
Oh yeah, we got 2 of them. Well,
Yeah, I wanted to say that it's only going to be stronger for Talon right now. I feel like their late game potential is really coming through, especially when Beastmaster get his pressure up, and you also have Satanic completed on DK as well. So the longevity of the fights here are slowly, I feel like it's favoring Talon's side because their heroes are already naturally harder to kill.
Yeah, you've got some really good talents coming into this game. You think about Aurora with the physical damage output, you've got the DK25 tankiness, the Magnetize Undispellable, which I think is a huge 25 talent. That thing can do hundreds to thousands of damage with as many rocks as you have to throw into a fight. And then of course the DK, like in general, itemization-wise, this guy just hits like a truck.
And he's also going for Sunshine Kaya as well, just to have more damage. Couple that with the Shivas, I think it's a scarier spirit. I feel like Talon, they're getting into their timing closer and closer.
Choke him. Mech heal. Also the quick push with the Psychic Headband. Make sure that Q doesn't get close enough.
Refresher up done for WS. He has got quite a good recovery since laning phase, hasn't he? Because that was one of the slowest laning phase that I've seen from WS Beastmaster. But he has gotten some pretty clutch draw. One time on Sniper and twice or maybe 3 times on the Slark. So pretty good recovery so far.
But the net worth has stayed pretty even since the start of this game. I mean, we had this little 4K lead. Now we're back to a bit of a 4K lead again. So there was that slight dip in between for Talon, coming out from probably from the buyback of the Slark mostly. But has been a relatively even game between the two, really wanting to win this game 3. And we're missing that flair, that you know, that SEA crazy style gameplay that we saw in Game 1 and Game 2. Because both teams just want to secure a victory here and playing systematic Dota. Like, this is what Dota can be at the top level, where things get super serious. Like, there's no fun in this. it's anti-fun.
Yeah. There's no random moves happening in between. It's always like very decision-making based.
Except for Palos. He's an exception here. Let's face it.
I mean, that is like what Slug gives you, right? It's just randomness. A lot of randomness. Okay.
Oh, might be an engagement coming in. We've got the south side blocked by Aurora right next to them. Smoke's already popping, and there's the shrapnel to give some primary vision. WS is the target here. Palos already drops him low, but he has forced his ulti instantly for this one. Solar Guardian is used. Natsumi blinks right on top to find himself a stun onto Jabs. The roar is thrown in as well. Cuckoo down first, though. There's WS looking for Abed. They're looking for all of the control, but when's the damage gonna kick in? Natsumi!
Sonic.
They've lost already 2, and they cannot afford to lose another, and they will. It's the DK gone. That's the Roshan gone for Aurora. They got the lockdown in separately, but they just didn't do any damage.
And it comes down to the build of Sniper, right? You got Satanic and SNY. So even though you took one draw, it didn't do anything. He was like instantly able to reclaim himself up. And credit to his amazing itemization here. Also, Palos, he went in like a real warrior. he understands that the team is ready to back him up. The Solar Guardian is ready to come
Oh, yeah.
in. As long as he's able to press C, either Dark Pack or his ult, he will be fine. And that was him, like, being ready to press the spells. Like, all the previous 3 times where he died, he wasn't ready at all because he didn't see the gang coming.
Yeah.
But this time, he was the one running into enemies, so you cannot be not ready when you are doing that.
And I mean, it was 15,000 to 10,000 damage dealt. Bounty wasn't even there. So this was a 4 versus 5 fight in the end, but then he just didn't cast a single spell during that encounter. Lich died right away. His spells went into BKBs. And not a whole lot came out of this Earth Spirit. Only a total of 1,500 damage. Not even slightly above 10%. So
I feel
it's
like that's the
all
problem
down
with-
to Natsumi.
Yeah, that's the problem with Bounty Hunter, right? Like, you want to always be the one
Radiant
going
are
on the
scanning.
enemy. You want to be the initiator. But when your team is getting initiated on, there's so little help that Bounty Hunter can actually provide to the team. So, I feel like Aurora might have found their way to win in this game. Maybe they need more of this
Dire's bottom
very
tower is
suicidal initiation coming up from Palos. Because you have seen that your team is able to dish out enough damage to carry the fight. Even though if
Yeah.
you are dead.
And now they're at a point where look at the sniper's attack speed. Like, nobody can get close enough to hit this Roche banner. This is what the 4 melee lineup really sucks at. They cannot get that banner out. Who's going to do the job, Arthur? Who's going to go and hit it?
Sure.
On the side, though, there's already a Natsumi and Cuckoo
Wait, what?
combination dead. Palos and Jabs got the lockdown in. And I think that might have actually been off of the hands of the Nyx Assassin setting it all up, but Talon looks like it is a lower bracket time.
What a cool turnaround from Aurora. I have to say, though, I'm quite amazed by the fact that how they are able to turn these looking very 50-50 fights into almost dominant. I remember what happened in game 2? They were running into this like 3 versus 5 and they end up winning the fight. And this time again, like they're just making this 50-50 fight looking like very one-sided.
Yep. Talon maybe has one more fight in them. They're going to roll in and kick the sniper in. Into the roar. Still has the Aegis. WS will almost finish him off, but no! I got lifesteal of my own, says Abed, and he just free generates back to 100%. And he keeps waving his arms. You in for a round 2? You in for a round 3? I can do this all night.
Dire's top tower is falling.
Stands his ground.
Crush it is a little bit annoying, but it's just a matter of time.
Dire's
Which they
top
don't have.
tower is falling.
By the time
They
he
don't.
is up,
They have Natsumi
He's
up, but
gone.
Palos already jumps before they get the chance to get this DK involved. Cuckoo already down. He's gone for 90 seconds. That's his dieback. They're trying to focus down Jabs. Natsumi, he does not have enough damage necessarily. Abed has another Satanic. He should be able to hold again, and he does. Oh, twice has he lifestealed himself from 20% straight back to maximum. And he forces Talon to tap out. Aurora into the top 3. They'll be facing Boom for that qualification spot.
right? Aurora, they are looking to become or return to the form where the Aurora that we know, right?